meters, 30 kilometers now, but feels like nothing. The kickers will have bright and easy day here. I'm joined by former Kenya international and Sense international Kevin Gisore. Kevin, we are looking at this picture from the semi-final. Nondi's beating South Coast Party. What was about that game? It was a 39-7 result, if I'm wrong.
Pretty game by Nondis. They had a very dominant possession. They had a very dominant team. Good job by the technical team. They got the job done. We did a walkabout today with you, Poggy. We saw how relaxed the technical team is. Both teams, they got their job done last weekend. So kudos to the two teams.
Yeah, indeed. You mentioned both teams will be playing in the big league next year, next season rather, starting in November. Nondis and Kisumu. Nondis coming back immediately after being relegated last season. Kisumu coming back to the Kenya Cup for the first time since 2013-14. So it's big that we have another team from Western. Unfortunately, we lost most to back to the championship alongside Machine. But Kisumu, exciting times for Kisumu, especially as you mentioned, it's an easy game. Both technical sides are very chilled. They know they did their job last weekend. But what are you looking forward to this game?
Maybe Kisumu will be looking for redemption. They lost earlier in the season to Nondis. Lawi Boyachi, good job with the Kisumu team. Maybe it will be an insight to what Kenya Cup is all about, because the two teams standing out. Kisumu the upset last weekend. Everybody expected Daystar to go through, but well done Kisumu. Again, down to Lawi Boyachi, and good job is done with that team. So we're looking.
So turning up for Nondis, Boniface Amimo pairs up with Frank Piri, Eric Shimoli in the front row, Brian Sinei, Henry Fulbright, Locke, Brian Amaitsa, Fred Siaya, Steve Odhiambo in the back row, Said Sumbwa, Calvin Teundu, Alvin Marube, Victor Orogena, Sakara Fula, Daniel Okut, and Fidel Stoney make up your 15 for Nondis. The bomb squad: Fasu Cheng, Collins Odiori, Yusuf Albulai, Ryan Oduo, Fidel Olo, Charles Mondi, Ian Mubwani, and Nyone Moseti. That makes your Nondis 23 for the day. Championship final. This for bragging rights, and to who?
Pretty standard. The technical team by Nondis has maintained the squad. The chemistry is very good. They've literally run over every other team except for that one loss to my beloved Impala. Kisumu, very consistent, but Nondis have been the standout team in the championship and well deserved. Lining up for Kisumu is Moses Amonde and Tevin Tia at the props, Christopher Otieno hooking, Masogalo, Elvin Mariasi locks, Paul Amenya, Elvin Sodhiambo, Charles Sodhiambo at the back row, Walter Ambe, Lenny Obiero looking to lead the team, Alvin Kalori. The midfield is Agri Kitoi, Israel Makoha. And the other wing is Washington Ochieng, Walter Kieri at the back. And the bomb squad we have John Ochieng, George Osodo, Elma Abiero, Tamaroko, Bius Nyagima, Deb Wycliffe, Carlos Madera, and Bonnie Koth.
Interesting to see the current world champions naming squads. It is called the bomb squad. Interesting note, one Moses Omonde, brother of younger brother to former ATP captain Andrew Omonde, doing battle in the final. Score there, I think, is 3 brass. They're going into halftime. They kicked off around 3 p.m. That will be giving you updates from that one. In the women's final, women's Kenya Cup final, just down the road at the Impala. Impala leading Imwamba 17-3. Proper grounds. They've done a proper job at maintaining these grounds, especially making them look green, especially with the sun. With the sun beating on the Nairobi, Kisumu, Kisumu. Caleb Kiprotich comes comes in the picture, as well as Obako from Nakuru. Kisore, you say you're old, but people are still playing.
Oh, commendable job for him. You can actually feel the knee creaking at that age. But kudos to him, man. Kudos to him. Maybe I should lace up for next season.
Come back for Gisore next season, as you mentioned. As Kisumu, yeah, we see the Nondes final hurdle as we see fans trickling into the Ngong Rescos right here behind the golf course. Nondes have been, as you mentioned, Nondes have been impeccable this season. That one loss to Impala, which Gisore watched over. That as you watch this final, is it a bit of bittersweet, seeing as you'd wish this would have been Impala?
Unlucky. But comes down to hard work. Both teams obviously did their homework. They did a good preseason, won the games they should have won. You hope for luck, but well, the hard work gets you here. Nondi is there in the huddle, getting ready for the kickoff. They look very relaxed, very calm. The very calm players there. They know each other inside out, these guys. They've played together all season mostly. Tony Fiden's there, standout player for Nondis. Kisumu RFC in the huddle, getting ready.
Moses Amonde there in the picture, as I mentioned, younger brother to former Shujaa KCB captain Andrew Amonde. We hope he'll have that leadership here in this one as he look to the cherry on the top, the cherry on the ice, the icing on the cherry on the ice cream. Because they've already done their job here, making to the Kenya Cup. But you just want them to. It will be good to add some silverware in the cabinet for Kisumu. But I think Nondis will be up for it. I've seen in that previous shot, we've seen the likes of Charles Omondi, Fidels, as you mentioned, Victor Rodgena, who's been impeccable this season. So Kisumu have their work cut out for them. I don't think there'll be a center referee there, just getting his last final stretches. I hope he doesn't have that much to do in this game. He's not the talking point of the game, but commendable job for referee to just do the championship final, because this is the second biggest final in the land after the Kenya Cup final. There you see Charles leading, just aligning his players with Bonia Mimo behind him. You can see an excited AP fan. So we watched the AP game, AP beating Makueni to win the Nairobi region nationwide final. You can see in his full Gwanda.
Yes, the demeanor is definitely different from what we saw last weekend when Nondis was facing off with Pirates. It will be a good game. I think when you're having fun, the game is more enjoyable. So hopefully we're looking forward to that. There we have the referee stretching. He's in the center of the pitch, getting ready to kick off the game. It's been the clouds have covered a bit of the sun, relief for the players. Must be very hard playing in that midday sun. You know? There goes Kisumu checking into the team, into the field. This will be a good final. As you mentioned, Poki, hardware is everything.
Indeed, yes. Center referee there just getting confirmation. Vincent Mwiruri, assisted by Calvin Wambugu and Joseph Mumo. Kisumu running into the pitch in their blue. Caleb Kiprotich there, a veteran of the old days, has played rugby for, give it 10 plus years now. Remember training with him in KCB back in 2008-9. So walking there into the pitch right now, the Nondis players led by captain Stephen Odhiambo. As you mentioned, they look very relaxed. As they did their job last weekend, they just know this is to get the silverware to confirm. Charles, Stephen Odhiambo, followed by Bonia Mimo, Eric Shimoli. It's a very impressive Nondis squad if you look at it, and they odd-on favorites to win this one.
The fans are getting riled up. You can hear them very vocal in support of the home club. Getting ready in the huddle. You can see Charles Omondi there, slow jog. Veteran of sorts.
Charles Omondi, veteran, not of sorts, is a proper veteran. I think after Caleb Kiprotich and Obako, he should be the oldest one here. You see Brian Sinei, younger brother of Fielden Sinei, who also played for Nondis and Machine. So interesting game here. I think this championship final, it's more or less for bragging rights, but kicking off here, Kisumu taking it from your left to your right of the screen. This is Lenny Obiero. Yeah, no, this is Agri Kitoi kicking off for Kisumu. Looking at the season, Nondescript season so far, I think they'll be looking to dominate Kisumu in the forwards. That's where they've had a bit of joy, apart from that one game that you mention every time.
Kisumu also very dominant in the forward, so it will be very interesting to see the contact point, so they call it. There we have the ball secured. Failure to retrieve. It's a loose ball. Like I mentioned, Kisumu are very physical in the contact area, so it will be very interesting to see.
Interesting that Nondi is opting not to field people in the ruck. These Fieldens, rather Tony Fidens, who was man of the match during the semi-final, fielding that ball. Kisumu return that kick. Will this go dead? I think it will. Yes, and we are back to the spot where Kisumu cleared that ball. And I think early exchanges, Nondi is winning that first phase of kicks. A good way to settle down for Nondis.
Interesting how kicking has become a very technical part of the game, because you can lose the kicking battle, the ping pong battle. Nondis with the territorial advantage after that poorly executed kick by Kisumu. It will be good to have that set piece in the Kisumu half. Remember last weekend, Tony Fiden scoring an end-to-end try. Hopefully, Nondis fans are hoping he has the same form this afternoon. The first scrum of the game. Pretty solid by both teams. Collapsed. Well, the referee maybe missed that. Very heavy contact. Again, we mentioned how important kicking is in the modern game of rugby, and fielding is everything. Penalty for Nondis.
That was off the scrum. I think that was off that scrum, as we've noticed. We noted that the Kisumu. I think from his indication, it seems like Kisumu guys were lucid. Was shoving upwards. Remember, scrum laws are that you shove parallel to the touch lines and straight to your backbone. So if you change any of that, that is a penalizable offense. Nondi is here looking to set up an attack from a line out. Let's see how this one goes.
Again, very interesting for them to go for the line out in the first penalty. That shows the demeanor of the game, because in a tight game you'd expect them to go for the three, but opting for the line out, it's them looking to have some fun. Let's hope for a good line out throw.
Mutuku here is exactly Kenya International. Mutuku, I think they want to establish their dominance here early on this Kisumu side. Let's see how this lineup goes. I think watch out for Brian Sine. Yes, he's the point man for Nondis. Up to Saidi. Big carry there. That's back. That's Omondi. That's Charles Omondi for Nondis. Saidi once again clears it from the rack. Saidi on. Nondi is now looking up to establish dominance, but from the good work from the line out. Sinei on to Amaitsa. Amaitsa looked to have lost it there on contact. Yes, referee has noted it. Second scrum of the game.
The ball is a bit slow coming out of the rack. That must be very unfortunate, because scrum halves basically they like a fast ball. It's all about gain line. The name of the game is gain line. So the faster you get the ball off the rack, the better for your attacking plays. Yeah. Second scrum of the game. Nondi's got the first penalty of the scrum. Hopefully the Titan is hoping to feed off this one as well. Pogi, what do you think?
Indeed, those mind games, those power plays in the scrum, especially, you don't want to consider a scrum penalty in the first scrum, but Kisumu get it off beautifully. That is the man they call Obako. Kick it to Fidens. Fidens looks up. Will it run it? Yes. Looks for a bit of space. Seems to find space. Up. Oh, just a bit of miss pass there. Fidens should have probably just kicked it, looking for territory, but this is Stephen Odhiambo. Penalty for Nondis for the ruck there, for the high shot on the ruck, probably. But Fidens there should have probably kicked it.
He dilly-dallied a bit. He took time before making that decision, and that split decision can mean anything in a game of rugby. In a tight game like this one, you have to make up your mind quick, because fit players are in your face in a blink of an eye. Nondis going for the line out again. Looking to find their main guy, Sine, I reckon.
Yeah, second line out for Nondis. The first one didn't go quite well. They won it, yes, but couldn't put together the phases. Let's see how this one goes. And that's in the picture. Part of the Kisumu technical bench is another former Kenya international in Fabian Orlando. The guy they call Rango. This one is taken by Saidi on to Rogena. Saidi once again onto base of Iraq, clears it to his 10. Fidens up wide to Alvin Marube, Kenya Sevens international. Fends off his first defender. Quick grabber there. Will he gather it? A bit of scrappy play there. Referee doesn't call anything. I thought there was a knock on there somewhere. But killed Saidi. Kisumu just managing to scrap up that situation. But again, this is the second opportunity for scoring opportunity for Nondis. Still early in the game, but they need to convert these ones.
They're looking probably to get the ball to their outside backs. Alvin Marube, former Impala player, very dangerous with the ball in hand. But you realize, Pogi, if the teams can be able to string together 3 or 4 phases, maybe they'll get the goods. A bit of a poor kick there by Kisumu, putting themselves under pressure. Ball in their 22. Good carry by Nondis. Again, the ball is a bit slow to come to the scrum, but hopefully they'll rectify that.
Nondis now looking again once coming into the 22 once again. Should be a third visit in the 22. Let's see if this one comes up with points. This is Saidi. Speculative there from Saidi, but I think they had a penalty advantage, if I'm not wrong. Yes, they should have a penalty advantage there. Victor, center referee, brings it back for the penalty advantage to Nondis. Third penalty now in a row. Do you go for the 3 or do you just keep pounding on the line out?
They seem to be getting the line out correct, so why not give it a crack, go for the 5-meter maul? He seems to be doing that, so if it's not broken, you don't fix it. Shonda finding the touch there. 5-meter line out to attacking line out to Nondis. If it's well executed, they should be able to get the goods off this one. Watch out for Sine. He's been impeccable all season. Fumble the throw. Pogi, you're right. They probably should have gone for the 3 to settle the nerves, get the scoreboard ticking.
Yeah, early scoreboard pressure always good. But again, Stephen Odhiambo, captain, opted to go for the run out, probably backed by what you mentioned, that they'd won the last 2. But Kisumu clear this off, so they probably Nondis line out once again, an opportunity for Nondis set up another attack with this platform, with this line out platform, but they scuffled that last one. But early days, but Nondis with the upper hand. Kisumu haven't seen past halfway line so far. We are playing now into 10-15 minutes so far into the game. This one to Henry. Fulbright, yes. Saidi on to Sheunde. Bit of confusion there, but Alvin Marube takes it into contact. Nondes Saidi, as you can see, the dust in Nairobi, it's been quite sunny. Most of us praying for the rain, but those prayers on hold. We just want the rain. Probably after this one, this match, to give us a bit of a rest from the dust. It's been quite dusty. In the background there, you can see the golf course. It looks like it needs a bit of rain also. Third scrum. So far, Nondis with one penalty there. The scrum, Kisumu doing well to hold on to the second one. Let's see how the third one goes.
A bit of poor contact by Marube leading to the turnover. The Nondis backline is getting the ball a bit flat. They need to attack the ball a bit more to get, again, it's the game. The name of the game is gain line. So if you cannot get the gain line, then you need to think about changing the strategy a bit. There's Obako, former Nakuru player, seasoned player. If I'm not wrong, he was part of the Kenya Cup winning squad in Nakuru. The scrums have been pretty stable, reflection of the quality of the two sides. Nondi is getting a bit of an early shove. Good pick by Obako. Hopefully Kisumu can get out of their half. And oh man.
Another penalty there considered by Kisumu. Seasoned veteran there, as Gisore mentioned, Bwana Obako I think he's a two-time Kenya Cup winner with Nakuru. But again, just Kisumu failing just to get into second gear. They've done well so far in holding off Nondis, but again, just when they need to take the ball in the right areas, they just concede penalty just like there. And once again, Nondis going for the corner for the line out. This one has to stick. Fourth time lucky. This one has to stick. Mutuku there just making sure that his calls are right. This time, coordination is right with his jumpers there. Fulbright and Sinei just consulting. I think with this one we'll go with Sinei. Sinei is, yes. Sinei tips up there, probably into CRC. Beautiful run there from Rogena. Better contact. Once again, Kisumu penalized. I think the referee should have probably played a bit of advantage here for Nondis.
Probably, but the ball was loose, I think. The Kisumu players need to have a conversation because the referee might be going to his pocket pretty soon. Those are many consecutive penalties. Again, Kisumu need to play outside their half. We've not seen them on this side. Kicking is also part of rugby. They need to get the ball out. Sheunda lining up the penalty. Pretty straightforward. I reckon he gets it. Concentrating. The left footer misses it. That's a bit of a surprise. Pretty straightforward. Sinei would have gotten it, I think.
Fielded Sinei. Brian is not much of a kicker, but once I think it's the easy ones that are the hardest. The ones who look easy. Scores remain nil-nil. Sheunda there just keeping the left upright. So Nondis once again failed to score. Kisumu clear the lines from the 22 dropout. This one deep into the 40. Fielded by Siasi. Siasi kicks it up. Looking a bit of grass or chalk. If you look, beautiful take there from the Kisumu 14. Nondis, this is Amaitsa trying to go on for the turnover, but that ball is safe. Kisumu once again go to the air. This one to Fidens. Yes, he has it. Looks up. Looks at his options. Opts to boot it out into the 40. Kisumu field it properly. Back to Kisumu now. Kisumu move on. Okay. Kisumu trying to just get proper volley off this rack. Set it up there with a lock. Nondi's beautiful turnover there. That is Mutuku. That's Mutuku with the turnover onto Amino. Siasi now on to Amaitsa. Amaitsa filled it up to Sinei, Brian. Shaunde, this is to Marube now. Marube trying to look for a bit of space, but is into touch. Beautiful, exciting, a bit of exciting play there so far. Kisumu, Nondi is there. Kisumu we've seen Kisumu now with ball in hand for the first time in this game.
Yes, Israel Makoha doing very well defensively. Rushed out of his line and made that tackle, led to a turnover. The fans don't look happy, a bit vocal. That's the beauty of rugby. The fans can be as close to the officials as possible. Has led to a lot of controversy, but story for another day. Kisumu doing very well defensively there. Again, Israel Makoha, very technical, classic number 13 defense to stop an overlap. He's done well. Pogi, Kisumu once again struggling to get out of their half. With the first real chance, attacking chance they had, they didn't secure their own ball. Nondi is very quick on the breakdown, got a turnover. This is the story of how the game is going to be, unless, I don't know.
Yeah, early days, still we're playing 20 or so minutes, but Kisumu are still to put their foot on this game. There's beautiful turnover there by Maitsa and Mutuku. Just as Kisumu are trying to build a bit of momentum. As you see Steve Odhiambo off that line out, taking it to the Kisumu defense. This is, Kisumu I think just need to get settled. They feel that they're still not settled into this one. And Nondis need to make this dominance count, as Sheunde just trying to look for some chalk in that far side. He does get it just 25 or so meters from the Kisumu try line. Line out is to Kisumu. Let's see if Kisumu can gather this one and try to at least gather up some, put something together, and at least let's see what they can do, because they've been on the back foot this far.
It's 20 minutes into the game, a lot of action, no scores. At the background we see Nondi's chairman, Aoka Gasho. He must be pretty happy with how his team have gone this season. Kudos to him, and the hard work is done. Nondi's are back to the Kenya Cup, that's the dream. Well executed line out by Kisumu. Hopefully they can get out of their own half, play in their opposition territory. They choose to play. Brought it back so he can't kick straight out. Good fielding by Nondis. Counter-attack. Took the contact high. Got out of jail. Tony Fidence, the little magician, trying to wriggle his way through the Kisumu defense. Good, solid contact. Front foot rugby. They need to make the scrum half's life a bit easier. Give him a cleaner ball. Oh, turnover. Tony Fidence, he'll always be up for it. I was expecting him to do a bit of a run.
Yeah, you feel he didn't find touch there from that kick. Now Kisumu trying to attack on this near side touchline. They secure, they need to get that ball out of the right back quickly. They do. Now they are lining back into, now this is the back row. Kisumu, Rogena trying to go for the turnover. Once again, Kisumu, just when you think they're putting together a few phases, knocks that ball on. Now Nondis again, just a bit lucky there. But we've seen Kisumu can do something, but it's just if they can actually take it up to Nondis. It's not like the second time that they attacked Nondis and actually showed intention, but once again, bit of a handling error there. Scrum now for Nondis. Also Nondis still not there yet, but the better of the two teams so far. Let's see how this scrum goes, as the number 9 for Nondis, Saidi, puts it into the scrum, onto shoulder, into Fidens. Fidens looks for a bit of territory, but into the Kisumu 15's hands, puts it up in the air. Nondi's fiddle by shoulder again. Shoulder sends it to the other side of the pitch. This one looks to try. This one has troubled the Kisumu defense, but they should be able to field it. Yes, they do. The number 9, will he find touch? I don't think he will. Into the hands, onto Amimo. Big boy Amimo. Nice tackle from the Kisumu 9 there from the big boy Amimo. Saidi once again into Rogena with a chip kick. Kisumu feel it. Will he find touch, find a bit of space there? Fidens should be comfortable with this, but is he? Yes, he gathers it. Looking up for his options. Bit of a step there. Beats his first defender, second one, but it looks like a knock-on, yes. Knock-on is a bit of a scrappy play so far. Nondescript Kisumu, I think now Kisumu are coming back into this game.
Again, Tony Fidens with a poor choice there. It's easier to just kick for territory, but he believes in himself, but didn't work out this time. They've ended up losing possession. I think the first water break, much needed by Kisumu. They were a bit under the pump there. They need to catch a breath. You realize they were a bit slow arriving at their breakdowns. Maybe the travel factor, fitness, could be either. But Lawi Buyachi needs to have a word with them. And Kisumu a bit sluggish. They've really not settled. You'd expect the first 10 minutes to be nerve settling, but Kisumu not really coming into the game.
But I think Kisumu will be the happy of the two sides. 0-0 into the first 20. Nondis have had possession, territory, dominated every facet of play, but they still haven't had points on the scoreboard. I think the head coach right there will be telling them just to convert, just get something on the scoreboard. Because I think that the more the game drags on, Kisumu are getting confident. You've seen them on 2 attempts taking the game to Kisumu, and if something sticks, I think it's one of those games that Kisumu score against the head. So next 20, Nondis have to actually make their dominance count. And Kisumu, the Villa momentum, they've come up alive in the last 5 or so minutes. So let's see what they can do.
Indeed. Kisumu must breathe a sigh of relief. They came out there and scratched. You realize from observing, I think the Nundis players are rushing the ball to the back line too fast. If they keep it tight for a bit longer, maybe the spaces will open up wide. But that's my observation. Lenny Obiero of Kisumu needs to come into this game and steer the ship. As it stands, they look a bit helter-skelter. Not ideal for a final.
This looks like a scrum penalty for Nondis. Yes, it is. The Kisumu front row just collapsing there under the weight of the Nondis push. So once again, another opportunity for Nondis to set up the platform of a line out. Let's see if this one sticks. They've been shaky so far. This is probably the 3rd or 4th attacking line out. They failed to convert from all 3 occasions. Let's see if it's 4th or 5th time lucky here. Mutuku taking up the line out throwing duties. Remember that the main targets between Henry Fulbright and Brian Sinei. Stephen Odhiambo just giving Mutuku that last minute call. That's what the call is for the line out. To Sinei, it misses and into Kisumu's hands in a turnover. Amaitsa trying to go for the turnover, but Kisumu here with the ball up into the 40. Kisumu, beautiful hand so far from them, but can they gather it? Yes, I think that they can, yes. A bit slow ball from the ruck. You should have maybe gone faster, but Kisumu once again now in the first time into just sniffing the 22. The node is 22.
Oh, we spoke too soon.
The commentators curse. Commentators curse there just when Kisumu, just like in the first 20, just when they got a bit of momentum going, they shoot themselves in the leg.
It was interesting to see them with ball in hand. The back line looks interesting. They're running very well. Good attacking lines. Good passes, ball to hand. But again, I was just about to say if they can string together 2 more phases, maybe they'll get into the 22 then. Like you said, commentators curse.
23 minutes played now. Nondi's in the hands of Stephen Odhiambo now, feeling from this scrum. Big carry, but Kisumu there taking him up. This is a mole, yes, his knees are not on the ground. Kisumu do a beautiful job of containing Captain Stephen Odhiambo, Nondi's Captain Stephen Odhiambo. A bit of banter there between Obako and Steve Odhiambo. Back row. Nondi's back row there, trying to get his charges up after that dominant play from Kisumu. I think this is a third scrum now in this side of the water break. Front row. Back end if you can hear. Good scrum, Nondi's penalty advantage. Yes, they do get the penalty advantage. Dominant scrum there, Nondi's. What are you to make a statement of that carry from Stephen Odhiambo after Kisumu thought they had the upper hand with the forwards after that defensive play from Kisumu?
Good scrum by Nondi's. Powerful scrum. Hopefully that sets a tone for the remainder of the half. Again, going for the line out. 10th time lucky, probably. Just manages to find touch. Surely they need to execute.
Let's see, Mutuku here. Remember the last line out went just over the hands of Brian Sinei. Let's see if this one sticks for Nondi's. It does. Once again, Sinei to Siasi to Sheunde to Fidens now. Fidens, just once you're getting excited with this game. Sankara with a knock on there. Bit of banter between the players, but I think it's now recurring. It's a recurring theme with this game. Just when you think somebody is picking up, hey, go on, and as you say, wanaangusha chamba.
It's going to be very hard for the 2 teams going up to the Kenya Cup. They need to really think about executing, because it's a whole different ball game up there with the big boys. Such opportunities you'll be punished. You're definitely going to be punished with such mistakes. Again, back to the scrums. This is just a representation of the handling errors that have been happening across the pitch. Both teams, actually. Big scrum by Nondi's. Kisumu just manages to get the ball out. Hopefully they can find a bit of a grass. Good, beautiful kick by Kisumu to find touch. He was probably hoping for the 50-22. Just fell short, but good enough.
Yeah, still, both sides still, I think they're yet to settle, but which is a very rare statement to make. We're doing almost 25 minutes into the game, 30. Well deep into the first half, and there's 2 sides still not yet there. Another line out, Nondi's Mutuku this time. Inside is 20, just 25 or so meters from his try line, picks up well. This is Amaitsa looking to set a platform for his kicker probably. Siasi opts to take it by himself. Kisumu, a bit of football skills there. Soccer skills, but Fidens now once again spotted a bit of space, wheel it, stick, but seems to have cooked it yet. But he was inside his 22, but he was brought back. Just an explainer there, because just for those who don't know the laws, sorry, what happened there? Because I think it took it back in the 22.
Yeah, the ball was passed from outside the 22, and you're not allowed to kick it straight out. And unlucky for Fidens, so line out to Kisumu from where the ball was kicked. Nondi's shooting themselves in the foot a bit. All those chances they had in the first quarter. Do you think it will come back to haunt them in the long run?
I think so. I think so too. Kisumu now look to have possession in the 20. Nondi's 22 for the first time this game. The first sniff at a score. Let's see what they do with this one. But as you mentioned, there's Victor just confirming the central Victor just confirming the spot where they opted for the scrum. But it's the first time Kisumu are getting into this territory. It's a line out for, line out. They've opted for this other side. It's a line out for Kisumu. Let's see what they can do with this line out. It's the first time Kisumu are visiting the Nondi's 22. Let's see what they do with this one. Line out, does it stick? Yes, it does. Bit of scrappy ball, but Kisumu managed to retain that ball. Now they're in attacking mode now. Kisumu with the number 6. Have they knocked it on? No, it's a penalty. High tackle, referee calls it. Obako immediately signals for the posts. Is this first points for the game?
I bet you money they were going to go for the 3. A sniff at the scoreboard, they'll. It's a smart thing to do. It's a smart move to do. Hopefully we'll get the first points of the game. For a very high intensity game, it's a shame that it's scoreless so far. Hopefully Kisumu can get the goods here. It's a pretty straightforward penalty, almost similar to the one Nondi's missed earlier on. The kicker just lining it up in front of the uprights. He must be very confident because, as you said, Obako straight or pointed at the sticks. That's a lot of confidence in your kicker. A bit rushed. Kisumu 3, Nondi 0. It's hard to believe.
Splits the uprights there from that penalty kick, and as you've mentioned, once they get a sniff of this, they're going to turn that opportunity into a score. Kisumu leading 3-0. Nondis will be looking at themselves and asking what happened, because it's the first time, as I mentioned, Kisumu have visited the Nondis 22. Nondis have been in the Kisumu 22 for most of the first 20 minutes, scoreless. Let's see if this one changes. Shiusa gets us off after that score. Nondis looking to regard. Kisumu have regarded. No, Nondis have it back. We are moving to Shiasi now into Omimo. Omimo. Saidi once again. This one into Sheunda, into Fidens. Fidens now Marube. Marube under the attentions of the Kisumu defense. Is that Saidi up to his captain Stephen Odhiambo. Stephen Odhiambo now into the 22. Saidi once again into Shisia. Shisia with a big carry. Presents the ball in the rack. Saidi once again. Saidi into Fidens. Fidens with a dummy. Is it sold? Gets a bit of meters. That's 4 or 5 meters from Fidens. Siasi once again. This one into Shimoli. Shimoli. Penalty. Nondis. Kisumu tackler not rolling away. A bit of momentum there from Nondis. Good
series of play Nondis. If a penalty in the 22? Finally, they're going for the sticks. It's been they've been really chipping at the lineout. No success. Second time lucky by the kicker. Hopefully, this splits the uprights to level the scores. With so much possession in territory, it's a shame that Nondis are behind on the scoreboard 3-0 to Kisumu.
Sheunda with another opportunity off the penalty. Remember, he missed the first one. Almost similar location, but more central. This one a bit more to the left of the uprights. Sheunda last steps here before he takes this one to tie the game. Flags remain down. Sheunda another miss, but is this a try? This should be a try by Shisia. Remember, the ball remains live off the penalty. Quick reactions there from the open side flanker. Shisia reacted fast as Kisumu to that missed penalty from Sheunda. Finally, Nondis on the scoreboard and in quite special.
A bit of reprieve for Sheunda, having missed that kick again. Should thank his lucky stars for that score. He was going to get a bit of a telling off from his teammates. Nondis deserve the try. They've been knocking, and a bit of an orthodox, but it's 5 points. Hoping for the extra 2. It's been a bit scrappy from both teams. Hopefully, this can spark something from the two sides.
Especially notice once again, Sheunda finds himself lining up for a kick, this time on the other side of the uprights. The left footer here, this one should favor him. As I mentioned, a bit of wind blowing from left to right. Sheunda here just shanks it off the left. So score now is Nondis 5, Kisumu 3. Valid result for Nondis here, but it'll be very interesting how they got that score off a missed penalty. Reactions there from the open side flanker Shiasi, just making sure that they get finally a bit of something to smile about on the scoreboard. As Kisumu kick us off here deep into the Nondis 22. This is a Maitza under it. Just it's a bit of, it looks like a knock on there. Not from Maitza, but from his number 9, Saidi. Bit of confusion there from the Nondis side, but now they apply the pressure on themselves immediately after score.
Oh, wow. Kickoff retrieving is important. Now, you fail to retrieve your own kickoff. You fail to fill the kickoff. You put yourself under the pump. Kisumu straight back into the 22. And they're smelling blood. This is very interesting. It must be very painful for the coaches to watch, the Nondis coaches to watch. They've done a lot of hard work to get the 5, and now straight back to the pressure. Kisumu looking to maybe milk a penalty. Oh, massive scrum by Nondis. Massive scrum by Nondis. They've been at it the whole game. It's the superior forwards. Well done.
With a scrum like that, I guess you can knock on all you want. Nondis immediately get themselves out of jail there. Sheunda with ball in hand once again, looking now to kick from this penalty. Looking now a bit of just a pass halfway. Massive kick there, just 55 or so meters from the Nondis try line, right ahead of us here in commentary. Mutuku with another opportunity to set up an attacking platform for Nondis. Remember, score Nondis 5, Kisumu 3. This is the 2022-23 Carry Championship final. Remember, these two have already booked their ticket to the big dance, the Kenya Cup, next season. This one, Henry Fulbright has to stretch, but once again, scrappy from the line out. Knock on from the line out. Referee calls it Victor Mwirori at the center. It's been start-stop, helter-skelter rugby. 5-3, I think it's a testament to, I don't know what to say this at this level of rugby, but both sides struggling to put together any kind of momentum together or phases together. As we see Kisumu now put into the scrum. They've struggled in this area of the game. Obako at 8 picks it up. Finally Kisumu ball in hand. Amaitsa there, beautiful tackle, forces a knock on there from Nondis, but referee had called an earlier. So the front row must be huffing and puffing there. Sorry.
Bit of a dominant scrum by Nondis. It must be a very painstaking moment for you whenever a scrum is called by the referee. It's a bit of a mental battle. And apparently, when you listen to the front row speak, when you get such dominance, your fins are up. It's very hard to come back from it. Again, like you said, Pogi, Nondis, they can knock on as much as they want. There's something we used to say, or the forwards used to say, yao yetu. That must be the case. Scrum reset. Kisumu, interesting. The number 8 is a bit slow to come to the back of the scrum. Do you think that could plays a role in the dominant scrum Nondis is having?
Obako, finally a scrum penalty for Kisumu. Just as we were speaking, I was just about to mention that Obako originally played as a hooker for Nakuru, and he's not the biggest of units, so I'm not sure if any of his weight adds any if it adds any impetus to Kisumu, but they've won the penalty there. Line out into the just before the Nondis 23-24 meters out Nondis try line. Center referee Vincent Muiruri just marks the spot there for the Kisumu hooker. Remember Kisumu so far 2 visits I think into the Nondis 22 out with 1 score. We ran out of count how many times Nondis have made the visits into the Kisumu 22. This is now Kisumu with the maul, dominant maul, ball in the hands of Moses Amonde. Beautiful maul, keeps going. Mutuku there, that should be a penalty indeed. Mutuku there just getting a bit excited in defense.
Yeah, very technical foul. Lucky not to get away with it. He surely should have been sent to the bin because he knew exactly what he was doing. Very, very good rolling maul by Kisumu and going for the line out again. That's actually the first maul we are seeing in the game because all the line outs has been straight from the line out to the scrum up to the backs. It's a breath of fresh air to see a rolling maul by the Kisumu, and actually that's how they've been playing the whole season. They've been having a very dominant forward pack and so to speak, the top 2 teams in the championship squaring off in such an amazing day. It's just a show of might for the forwards. Hopefully he gets the line out throw. Oh, unlucky. Ball turnover by Nondis.
Coming here now, Nondis again Kisumu just failing to fill that line out. This is Sheunda, big boot, finds touch, doesn't find touch. This Kisumu about to field, yes, under pressure from Marube. Looking for the kick, no, he doesn't want to kick. A bit of isolated here, but Kisumu will do well to regather this one. They do. Kisumu taking ages here, I think, just to give time to their players, their big forwards, to get back into play. Number 9 finally fills it up. Takes a bit of time. You notice that rush defense there. You can see it in action. Fidens should be back there for Nondis. Indeed he is. Looks up, boots it to the right side of the pitch. Does it find touch? Beautiful kick. Clearance kick there for Fidens Tony. Beautiful touch now into the Kisumu 22. A bit of getting into life. This game getting into life there. Nondis now into the Kisumu 22 with an opportunity from the line out. Just after Kisumu have threatened from a similar set piece. Let's see if this one sticks for Nondis.
Do you think Kisumu going for the line out in that penalty was the right call, given the kind of 50-50 line out they're having? Probably they should have gone for the tried and tested Guara.
With the benefit of hindsight, they should have gone for the 3 or Guara. But indeed, they had their tails up. As you see, Vincent Miruri there looking after the Nondis player who was on the ground. That was Shisia. You're back for the line out, back to the game with the line out. Nondis there, Mutuku ball in hand with this line out. This is Kisumu line out rather. Kisumu good shot. Beautiful line out of Kisumu. They should have done that probably with that from a line out, but here we are. Kisumu gathered ball from the line out. Big carry there from Kisumu as they look to clear the lines. This is Stephen Odhiambo looking for that turnover. Obako comes up with it for Kisumu. Again, back to the contact area. Kisumu now, the scrum half signifying that he's going for the box kick. He does. Big boot there from the 9. This is Fidens once again under 8. Swings that to Marube. That should be Marube, yes. Marube takes it up into contact. Kenya Sevens International, Marube. Fidens there into the rack. Ishula probably. Referee, assistant referee flags what looks to be a bit of a slap or a jab.
A bit of a cheeky slap there. Nothing much to it, but in front of the judge, come on. You don't do that in front of the officials, surely. You'll get flagged for it. And a strike to the face in the modern day rugby is a straight red card. Hopefully we don't see a red card early on in this game. Hopefully just a warning. We don't want to water down such a good final, so to speak. Hopefully, or probably it's going to be a penalty to Nondis and a tailing off. Hopefully no card. Yeah, no cards come out. Good officiating there. Keep the game interesting. You don't want to send anybody off in a final. Waters down the quality of the game.
Indeed, a bit of silly play there from Kisumu. Kelvin Wambugu, the assistant referee on this side, spotting it quickly. As you see, Alvin Marube receiving a bit of attention from the medics. Looks like something to do with the knee. Probably that last carry he did. That carry, probably just getting a bit of a tangle there, but he looks to be fine. Gets up on his feet. Alvin Marube just testing his knee as Shondi looks to get us back underway. Saidi is also getting a bit of attention this year in this near touchline. Shondi will get back onto the action. Left footer into touch. Nondis will start play with the line out.
Both teams need the halftime to come like yesterday. The game has taken a bit of a dip in pace and momentum. I reckon the line-out ball goes to Sinei again. Tried and tested. Mr. Reliable himself. A bit of dip in the tempo and momentum of the game. Injury replacement. Here Mwani coming in at 9. Kenya International also at 7th. Very cheeky and intelligent player.
You should know him better. He's a former Impala, product of the Impala Academy, coming in for Saidi. Oh, I think it's reversed. Saidi back up on his feet. Mutuku now with the line out for Nondis. Center referee Vincent not quite happy with that. Not sure. Have they picked up the? I think it was a blood. It was a blood substitution. Knock on there off the line out. Kisumu put into the scrum. Kisumu put into the scrum there after Nondis scuffled it on the line out. At the line out rather.
Nondis are tight at Shimoli, very happy to walk to the scrum given the amount of dominance they've had in this particular set piece. What does Kisumu look for? Quick put in and better scrum by Kisumu. Obako getting the ball out. Oh, good break by, just manages, Nondis manages to scramble on that defense and get the turnover. Kudos on that defense. I thought he was home and dry. Good break. Probably one of the few excitements we've had in this half in terms of attacking rugby. Again, Nondis getting out of jail of sorts.
Beautiful break there from Kisumu. Good option to take it to the boot, but just refusing to, just failing to field it. But at half time now, Nondis lead Kisumu 5-3. Remember, this is a championship final. The other side of the country, Cabras look to have all but sealed that Kenya Cup, leading KCB 16-9. As we go into the halftime break, players jogging back now to their corners to get a bit of instructions from their coaches. Boni Amimu, their slow jog to the corner of the pitch. Halftime in the Championship Cup. Nondis leading Kisumu 5-3. A bit of a start-stop game so far, the first 40 minutes. As we head into this break now, Nondis leading Kisumu 5-3. We'll be back for the second half. Keep it here.
Welcome back to the second half of the KRU Championship final. A bit of a scrappy first half. Nondi is just getting one over Kisumu, 5-3. Hopefully the second half will be livelier and a bit more scores on the board.
Yeah, crowd, commendable crowd, sizable crowd here at the Ngong Racecourse. Beautiful sunny day in Nairobi. Probably the biggest game in Nairobi this afternoon. See shots of some of the fans here as the Nondi's 10 Shaunde just lining up for the kickoff in the second half. Here, Nondi's, as Gisore has mentioned, Nondi's have been scrappy. Been a scrappy game from both sides here. Nondi's having the upper hand in the first 20 minutes. Kisumu clawing back in the next 20, but score 5-3, a decent representation of the game so far. Nondi's in the upper hand mostly. As now center referee Vincent Miruri just jogs back to get us back on to the second half. Remember, this is for the Championship Cup final. These two have already qualified to play the Kenya Cup next season. News from Kakamega is that Kabras have claimed that Kenya Cup title, beating KCB 19-9 at the Kakamega Showgrounds, winning that trophy unbeaten. They join a very elite club of clubs. Congratulations, Kabras RFC, as Shaunde gets us off in the second half. Kisumu there, a bit of lack of communication there, but they managed to grab that kick off into the 22 now. Nondi's there just playing the ball on the ground. Penalty to them. Start of the second half, I think. What do Kisumu need to do to get back into this game, Gisore?
Kisumu needs to consolidate their plays. They need to put the ball in hand a bit more, and they need to string together phases, because they look very dangerous with ball in hand outside, the backs running. Maybe strengthen the scrum a bit. Maybe a few changes in the front row. Shimoli has been feeding fat on that tight head.
Yeah, that's line out action here now coming up for Kisumu. That kick, just finding touch. The assistant referee on the far side, Mumo, just or rather didn't find touch. I think the Nondi's just knocked it on here because it's a Kisumu putting into the scrum. Kisumu now this scrum, just the left, the far touch line, probably 40 or so meters from the Nondi's try line. Reset there, the referee calls a reset to the scrum.
I have to commend you, Pogi, for giving the Kenya Cup results without a shaky voice.
As you did. We're speaking about Impala here in the final. As we see Kisumu there in the scrum. Better scrum here from Kisumu. Looking for the advantage, milking it. This is a proper referee's arm goes up. Penalty to Kisumu. This is a beautiful scrum there. I think they had a bit of your comments for the second half. Beautiful scrum there from Kisumu.
Indeed, very, very impressive. Dominant scrum, dominant shove, milking a penalty out of it. What happens next? They go for the 3? Oh, spoke too soon. Hoping to get some luck in the line-out.
Interesting call there from Kisumu. We should have opted, for the points, but probably a bit too far, too out. Now they get a line out here just inside the Nondi's 22. We saw them maul in the first half. Let's see if they can replicate that in the second half. They milked a penalty from a maul in the first half. Probably this similar area from a similar area. They gather that, but a bit of scrappy now. Go to their backs here. Kisumu ball in hand have been dangerous from this point. Obako taking into contact. New entrant here, number 23, jersey 23, but once again Kisumu just shoot themselves in the leg just when you thought they had a bit of momentum.
Obako with a wild pass to Boni Okoth. It was very brave. If executed, we would be singing praises of Obako, but lightning has struck twice. Shiunda with a boot, found touch, good kick. Nondis have been mercurial in the lineouts. I think they're 100% with their throws. And this has been an integral part of their game plan throughout the whole season. We saw them in the preseason tournament, Floodlights, and they were very, very good in that specific set piece.
Into the hand of Namutuku, into the hand of looking for Fulbright. Does he get it? No. Kisumu snip. The commentators cast with that 100% start as Obako now. Better pass from him in these situations. Kisumu a bit of start-stop there. They lose a bit of ground, but it's a turnover ball. So turnover ball and they get a penalty. Now this probably looking for touch. This other side of the pitch. Big kick there, finding touch just at the 40-meter line, 30 or so, 38 or so meters from the Nondescript try line. Again, another opportunity for Kisumu from a line out. They butchered the first one. Let's see if this one sticks. Nondescript and then telling Kisumu, hold my beer.
Christopher Otieno has been a bit inconsistent with his throws, or is it lack of coordination with the jumpers? At the moment, it feels like a roll of the dice. Again, 50-50 ball. Kisumu just lucky to get the ball. Nondi is contesting the lineout and losing it forward. So scrum to Kisumu. They got the 1-0 up in the scrum in the second half. Let's see if they can replicate the form in that scrum.
Bit of interesting from Kisumu that they're not employing all the eight forwards in the lineout. They're deploying very short numbers in the lineout. So they think they only have one option in the jumper. We'll check this out in the next lineout because they're deploying the back rows in the backs, probably trying to look for a mismatch far wide. But you need to secure that ball fast to get a mismatch as Kisumu now get into that scrum and retrieve that ball successfully. A bit of a loose ball there, but again they regather. Kisumu now ball in hand. Their side, that is Rogena going in for the turnover successfully. Saidi there with a bit of play acting.
I thought there was a Nondis player obstructing a player at the rack. I thought the penalty would have gone the other way for Kisumu for not rolling away, but hey, we are human. Kisumu looking more confident in this half. Oh, kick not finding touch and straight back into the action. Kisumu playing the territory game. Tony Fidence with a look like a knock-on. Oh. Wow. Interesting call by the referee and the touch judge. Tony Fidence looks to have knocked on the ball in that 22.
Looked like a knock on there, but the referee seems to be confident that it's a line out on his ball. 50-22. Beautiful 50-22 from Fidence, who looked to have knocked it on earlier. But referee, the officials mentioned, decide that it wasn't a knock on, it went back. Ball went back. Proper 50-22 Fidence after that a bit of baji. But a beautiful kick. Let's see what the round offers for Nondis if they can capitalize on this one.
Based on the line-out success, commentators curse Kisumu with a turnover. Big fend by Obako, taking a big contact there. Beautiful, beautiful contact by Kisumu, getting the fans riled up, chasing a bit of territory, nobody home. Beautiful kick by Kisumu, back into the Nondis half. This is what they should have been doing from the beginning. Oh man, this is beautiful.
Finally, the match comes up alive. A bit of big contact there, a bit of everything. 50-22 from Fidans, coming back to that big carry from Obako. We started the platform. Kisumu now back into the Nondis 40 with a line out. It seems to be a game of line out so far. Everybody looking for chalk. Let's see if this one sticks for. This is Nondis with the throw in. As Moses Amonde just comes off there, getting Fulbright into Sheunde. Sheunde now might a big carry from Nondis. Will they gather this one? Yes, they do. Saidi into Fidens. Fidens looking for a bit of chalk, a bit of space, puts it up in there. This one, Kisumu 15. Will it go to dead? It will go dead. It will go dead. We are back to where Fidens kicked it out. Again, the theme of this game keeps recurring. Just when you think they have a bit of momentum, a bit of they put together a bit of plays, they hand it to back to the other side. Now it's Kisumu's ball. Now scrum inside the Nondis 40.
Rugby is a very interesting game. Get the kick right, you get the territory. Kick the ball dead, you're back with that defending in your half under the pump. That is painful. It's cruel, but the game is a game. Kisumu hoping to go 3 for 3 on the scrums. Good attacking territory. They're looking to milk a penalty hopefully and split the uprights. What do you reckon, Pogi?
Yeah, they've had a bit of dominance in the scrum this half. Probably looking to milk this one straight ahead of the post. Let's see what Kisumu hope to do. They've split their attackers. No, the attackers loading into the left side of the pitch. This shorter side with only the blind side winger. Ball into the scrum there, Kisumu side. Kisumu looks to have probably taken this one. Yes, Obako with the carry, but under the attention of Steve Odhiambo and Amaitsa. Kisumu hoping for the quick chip there. This one, big carry here from Nondis. Switch out to Amaitsa. Amaitsa into the taking that contact. Saidi now. Saidi up to Stephen Odhiambo. That looks like a penalty not rolling away, but referee lets it go into Amimo. Amimo now. Kisumu trying to take over that turnover, but Nondis again with the ball. Fidens now into Mutuku. Mutuku, big carry into Obako. Nondis now into the 22. Big carry here with the Nondis. Bit of manhandling there into touch. As rugby is a beautiful game, it's not an unfair game for us small guys.
Yeah, picked up and just bundled into touch there. The other option would have been to hope for a turnover after ball not coming out in the maul, but good defense by Kisumu. Nondis obviously playing under advantage. Shunda going for the line out. You'd think he'd go for the 3, but he's been a bit unlucky on the boot. All 4.
The rolling maul from Nondis. We've seen one from Kisumu, but let's see if Nondis can set one up here. They look to all 8 into the line out. This definitely looks like a maul setup. Very tight setup for the maul. This is Henry Fulbright, but once again they scaffold that line out. Kisumu in a bit of pressure here. They have the ball, but a bit of pressure inside their 5. Kisumu struggling just to get a bit of clean ball from this turnover possession. Finally setting up for the box kick. Box kick here, setting up for Kisumu. Kisumu scuffs it right there into, looks like a Nondis line out or Nondis knock on.
Oh, what a horrible kick by Kisumu. Putting themselves under pressure once again. The officials there consulting, not sure what has transpired there, but either way it looks like a non-disadvantage, and having possession that close to the chalk, the tails must be surely up. They they must come out of here with a bit of points to get the second half going.
Beautiful shot there from our cameraman. As in the background, you can see the winning post stage. As we now look at this scrum, Kisumu put in. It was a Nondes knock-on. Kisumu put in here a bit of pressure inside their 5. Big scrum from Nondes. It looks like Kisumu just managed to regain that possession there after initial pressure from Nondes. Is it a Nondes turnover? Yes, looks like it. Nondes now in attacking mode, just inside the Kisumu, just touching the Kisumu 5. Nondes are learning there. Charles Omondi just signaling to Brian Sine. Saidi looking up, looking at his options. Hits Omondi. Charles Omondi. Bit of meters there gained. Saidi once again looking at his options. Swings it out to Sheunde. Sheunde now to Rogena. Rogena out now to hands of Side. To Fidens. Fidens. It is finally try time, Nondes. This one well worked try from Nondes from that turnover ball from the scrum. Quick ball there, just setting up the platform, the forwards, and then just swinging out to the backs, who make no mistake this time and go over for the first proper try, which we mentioned for Nondes.
Bread and butter for Tony Fidens. Bread and butter. Anytime, give him space, so close to the try box, he's going to make you pay for it. And wow, him taking the conversion, splitting the uprights, getting 7 points for Nondes. They should have their names on the trophy. They have one hand on the trophy, I reckon. Very, very well played. Keeping tight, keeping the ball tight from in the forwards, then recognizing the space outside and feeding Tony Fidens. He's been impeccable all season, running circles around defenses. Special kid. Well done. Very, very well worked out try.
Good stuff. That is 12-3 to Nondes. After that converted try, Tony Fidens just been doing that all season. Just with that space and that far from the try line, you'd bet your life on Fidens scoring, going over for the try. And just when we thought Kisumu were coming back into this one, Nondes learned that sucker punch. Let's see how Kisumu respond to this one. As we see Caleb Kiprotich jogging onto the field. Now, if the average age on the field was around 23, it has gone to 28, courtesy of Caleb Kiprotich, who's probably doing now 33 or 34 years old. Nondes field that kick properly. Saidi with a box kick. Will it find touch? Straight out back to where he kicked it from with a Kisumu line out. Kisumu now with an opportunity to get back into this. Caleb has taken over line out throwing duties.
Very, very interesting given the 50-50 throws Kisumu have been having. Maybe he's the luck that was needed in the Kisumu line out. Again, interesting to look at body language. Kisumu seems to be in the game, which is good for a final. Caleb, was it Caleb? Oh, ball turned over, scrappy throw. We thought Caleb was going to throw the line out. Maybe you'd have done a better job.
Kisumu line out keeps struggling. They hand Nondes the ball once again off a line out. The man they call Baboon and the number 20 shot for Nondes, former Kisumu player. He must be bantering them in Doluo as a resident of Kisumu. Scrum set up here, Nondes put in just at their 22. Saidi the ball in hand. Fidens forming a 10, so it looked like they're going to kick this one. Big scrum here coming on Omondi in the number 8. That ball goes through. That setup, kick setup did not work, but Nondes managed to kick this one out. Big kick. How is the chase? Just evading the fast defender. Boot it back into Nondes territory. Fidens with a proper soccer skill there. Ameituliza Fiti. Then, unfortunately, just caught up with the Kisumu defense. Nondis do enough to retain this one. Yes, they do. But it's a penalty to Kisumu.
Unlucky for Fidens to lose his footing there. He's been fielding very well. Kisumu getting a penalty just inside the Nondis 22. They opt for the scrum. Interesting option. A very, very interesting option. You'd have imagined they would go for the sticks or go for the line out. Or maybe line out is a bit out. It's a bit of not an option for them right now. But given the breeze that's blowing across the field, maybe they know why they've called for the scrum. Again, Obako taking his time to bind there at number 8. The scrum has been a bit 50-50 in this second half. You never know where the coin will land.
Caleb Kiprotich ball in hand. Seasoned scrum after Kisumu probably a bit of a wording there. Caleb Kiprotich knows all these dirty games. The 9s play just before the ball is put in the scrum. Successful put it in. Big scrum from Kisumu. They're looking now to make the penalty. Kiprotich with Omosh there. Bit of baji. Kisumu from that beautiful work in the scrum. They've lost a bit of meters here. Let's see if they can make something out of this play. Kisumu now under the attention of Henry Fulbright. Caleb Kiprotich into the Kisumu hooker now. Kiprotich once again. Big ball there now to Obako. Obako under the attention of Stephen Odhiambo. And it's a penalty once again to Kisumu. They need to make this one count. Make this one count on the scoreboard especially. This is now the second penalty here. Probably go for the 3. Yes. It looks like it's the cone keeper. Quickly onto the ground.
Maybe it's an easier kick from position-wise. Again, the officials are consulting there. There's been a bit of heavy contact by Kisumu. Chipping away at the Nondis defense, but not really getting the goods. So it's a bit of a reward for them to get the penalty. It's a chance to put points on the board and narrow the lead. Nondis leading 12-3. We are well into the second half. By the look of things, Nondis have one hand on the trophy. The official calling the 2 captains. Something must have transpired in that so-called Ajibaji Poggi has been talking about.
Looks like Henry Fulbright. Seems from the discussion, seems like there was a high tackle there. Referee now giving options, whether you want a penalty here or penalty there. As I mentioned, the cone keeper was quickly to make the decision on behalf. Probably the coach just told him, just go inside. And so this is penalty attempt from Kisumu. Washington Ocheng, the number 14. This to make it 12-6. To make it a 6-point game within one score. Concentration here from Walter here, just looking at the last kick goes and the flag goes up. This is 3 points for Kisumu. Celebration there almost looks like Strathmore. Now score is Nondis 12, Kisumu 6. Now we have a ball game as we go into the water break.
Indeed, Kisumu needed that 3. Nondis leading 12-6. Nondis just leading by a bit, 12-6. Kisumu desperately needed the 3, lucky enough to get it. But they need to do more if they're to chip at the Nondis lead. They need to look at getting a 5-pointer. Water break necessary. Nondis were struggling with the momentum. They're a bit under the pump. I must say this water break has been really game changer in this hot Nairobi Sun matches. Momentum shifts a bit after the water break. What do you think, Poggi?
True. Welcome Welcome water break, as you can also see, full packed Ngong Rescos. Beautiful faces here at the Ngong Rescos. Also getting the water break in. You see their former Kenya international Biko Adema taking up a bit of breather. That is a water break. Beautiful shot there by our camera people taking the water and energy drink here. The action-packed rugby action into Ngong Rescos here. A bit of WhatsApp chat here with the, probably those Uko architects checking in. Remember, we had the Ngong Rescos here. Nond is leading Kisumu 12-6. This is a championship cup final. Packed crowd here in Ngong Rescos. Beautiful crowd here for a championship cup final. It's beautiful faces here at the Ngong Rescos. Those texts, as I mentioned, Uko probably reply with Nikoapa winning post. Back to the rugby action. Sheunde kicking us off in this third half. The final quarter of this game. Probably missed that ball, but now pressure on Kisumu from this kickoff. Caleb Kiprotich probably lining up a box kick here just to alleviate the pressure from Kisumu and hands those duties to his 10. Doesn't find Tad Saidi now with the ball into, and we'll call him Baboon, but it's a nickname. Saidi once again, base of the rack, here into Charles Omondi. Big carry from Charles Omondi, former Strathmore Kenya 7s and Kenya 15s international, also played for Homeboys. Kisumu defense holding up tight now. In once again, big carry from Nondis. Penalty to Kisumu. Beautiful turnover there. That must have been beautiful work from the ground from Obako, a seasoned veteran there. Has been done that from Nakuru multiple times.
Jackal on the ball, proper back row work, doing enough to get to ease the pressure off his team. Very, very necessary penalty. Hopefully they'll get the field territory out of this kick, but what a relief. Very, very poorly fielded kickoff by Kisumu. Lucky not to concede any points. A bit of a break, injury break. Obako is the one on the ground.
Vincent Miruri there, center referee, just checking up on Obako, who seems to have come up on the short end of that contact as he picked up the turnover. Just looking at the referee, just confirming that he's okay. Remember, this is HIA, this is head injury. Looks like a probable head injury, so referee must confirm that he's okay and ready to go on, and looks like he's passed that very quick and short head injury assessment. And we are back underway. Kisumu, that I think the wind now coming into play. The wind is now a bit stronger. That kick just finding almost 10 or so meters, from in terms of territory, and it's a line out Kisumu. They haven't done themselves any favors here. Line out at the 22.
I was hoping to find more ground with that kick, but like you mentioned, the wind is coming into play. They're hoping for the bounce of the ball again. It's very 50-50, and again they've shanked it. So that's the story of Kisumu's line out the whole game. That right there summarizes Kisumu's set play in the lineup. It's just throwing the ball and hoping for the best. Often doesn't work at such a level, but lucky or unlucky, depending on which team you're supporting.
Now that you mentioned the quality of play, or the quality of the set piece, these two now, as you mentioned, have already progressed to play in the Kenya Cup next season. As the score stands now, Nondis will start playing, will kick off the season against KCB at the Den, and Kisumu will play away to Kabras. In the general scope of things, how do you see these two faring in the next season in the Kenya Cup?
It's a bit unfair to comment on it now. There's a whole of pre-season waiting ahead. There'll be signings, there'll be recruiting. But if this is a quality, a lot of work needs to be done. You can see the Nondis locks, they are high-fiving, getting riled up. A bit of banter going on. Maybe it's the pressure of the final. I don't know, but it's the game of rugby.
The number 9s there, Caleb Kiprotich and Saidi, a bit of baji there. Caleb bemoaning to the ref about something Saidi has done, and I think Caleb is just trying to get in the head of Saidi. Caleb, the more experienced, he's a more experienced, I wanted to say pensioner, but big carry there from Nondes in the switch from Sheunde into the number 13 now. This is Stephen Otis. Stephen Otieno now into Sheunde, Sheunde into Fidens. Fidens now, big step, beautiful step there from Nondes as they now sneak into the Kisumu 22 penalty. Saidi there just with a grabber kick as big carry there from Fidel Zolo on Caleb Kiprotich. Big carry as Nondes now cement their dominance in this game. You feel now this is where the screw now is turning, with Nondes now establishing their dominance. Just that carry was proper carry there from Fidel Zolo. Big carry as there's an injury here on the ground. Vincent, center referee Vincent Mirori now just checking up on the player and the situation. But Gisore now, just quick break now. Nondes now seem to have put the pedal on the metal. They are in this one now. There's no, it doesn't look like a way for Kisumu back in this one.
Proper championship rugby. They know when to turn on the heat. The last quarter, from the 60th minute, 65th minute, when a bit of fatigue is checking in, that's when you need your so-called bomb squad to come into the game and up the ante. And Nondes technical team, kudos to them for noticing and making the changes at the right time. And you can see the result. It's paying off because Nondes have in the Kisumu 22 with their tails up and a lot of physicality. Beautiful rugby is a beautiful game. All players from all sizes can play, but it's unlucky if you meet. If like Caleb has experience, the biggest player ran towards him and tossed him. That's the beauty of rugby. But Nondes have the tails up. Possession in the 22, chance to score. Speaking of rugby being a beautiful sport, a lot of optical nutrition in the fan base. No one is complaining.
As this will break, as Gisore has mentioned properly, as in Nondes now seem to be inside, as you shot with the fans there, just fun with the KCB shot. The fun of the KCB shot probably hurting there. As you can see, couples here, couples date. It's a proper date afternoon. There, Wapenda now just having a bit of fun there. Beautiful faces here at the Ngong Rescos here. As we just get into a short break here as the injured player is stretched off. As you mentioned, beautiful faces here at the Ngong Rescos, beautiful people. Proper crowd here for a Championship Cup final. Remember the biggest game in Nairobi this weekend. As I mentioned, the last one, the other one in the Kakamega Cabras claiming the Kenya Cup 19-9. We are back here in the Championship Cup final. We start with a penalty for Nondes. Obako here just probably forming with the Nondes players. This one here now. This Nondes here now just to put the final nail of the coffin, you feel. At 12-6 to put the score beyond. Just put the score beyond Kisumu. There has been a change. Nondes at hooker. This is now Owori with the throw. As the Swahili says, Sheikh amechange lakini kanzu ni ile ile. Once again Nondes fail at the line out, give possession to Kisumu.
A very, very good chance to put Kisumu on the body, but they failed to execute. Maybe rushed line out. Again, this has basically been the tone in the whole game. A lot of action, but no results. Close, but no cigar. So we'll be hoping for a better finishing put in by Nondes in the scrum. Ian, Mabwa in the game. Good scrum by Nondis, almost choosing to pick from the number 8 and scores. Beautiful try by the seasoned back rower. He did the same thing last weekend, getting the so-called meat pie at a very, very crucial part of the game. Surely, Nondis have their name on the trophy.
Indeed, beautiful carry there from Charles Omondi, the seasoned back rower, as you mentioned. All his years of experience showing there, picking up this blind side, knowing he has an upper hand with the wing on his side, but just tucked the ball in and goes over, just backed himself to go over to the try line. Charles Omondi taking the score now to Nondi's 17, Kisumu 6, with the conversion still being lined up, with Fidens now taking over the kicking duties from Sheunde, who's now, I think, has come off now. Fidens, last minute concentration here from Fidens to take this one. To make it 19 here, for opponent to make it 19. Looks good. The flags go up. Score now. Nondi's 19. Kisumu 6. As Gisora mentioned, this is all but it for Nondis. They have their name on the trophy. You can take it to your nearest bank. The 2022-23 champions of the Carry Championship. Nondis putting the icing on the cake after confirming their Kenya Cup participation last weekend. Big kickoff here from Kisumu. Can they at least put something on the board in these last minutes? Ian Mubwani now with the ball into Sheunde. This is Ogena. Ogena, beautiful step, breaks 3-4 tackles. Still not on the ground. Finally goes to the ground. Mubwani now with quicker ball into now Amaitsa onto Sinei, far wing into Awori. Nondis now in the fine of the pitch. Their tails are indeed up. Nondis now up for more points here against Kisumu. Kisumu now, they need, if they don't respond right now, it's going to get from bad to us.
Again, as mentioned earlier, kudos to Nondi's technical team for making the right changes at the right time. Case in point, Charles Omondi coming in at a very crucial part of the game and getting the goods. A bit of a skewed kick there by Nondis. Again, straight out, line out to Kisumu, back to original position. Unlucky, it was otherwise a very beautiful kick for territory. They need to be careful because one score Kisumu and they're right back in.
Score, as I mentioned, Nondi's 19, Kisumu 6. As we watch this line out, straight out kick from Nondi's. Kisumu with a throw into the line out. Probably last opportunity to make this game stick for them. Throw into the line out. Kisumu regather properly. Big tackle there, Nondis. Kisumu did gather an out, but they lost a lot of meters there from that phase of play. Amaitsa over the ball. Has he gotten it? It's an advantage to Kisumu. What do they do? Seems to be an injury there. The Kisumu player on the ground seems to have come off second best from that contact. Remember, this is the Championship Cup final. Kisumu now trailing 19-6.
Looks to have taken a heavy knock. The medics rushing in. Head injuries are quite serious, taken very seriously in rugby. And we have to commend the rugby board for ensuring players are well taken care of and nothing is rushed in regards to assessing a head injury. I don't think he's going to play on. Oh, he bounces back.
Beautiful sunny Nairobi afternoon. The ladies are out, the dresses are out. As I mentioned, packed crowd here at the Ngong Rescos. Beautiful faces all around. enjoying rugby action. For you at home, you should be here as the action back, the rugby action gets back. Kisumu now with ball in hand, feeling that kick, deep kick from Nondis, and number 14 Walter with a probable switch, but again has been the team of Kisumu this far. Just when they need to do something, they do the wrong thing.
I thought Washington was going to make another break. He had a spectacular break in the first half, but maybe just ran out of gas there. That should summarize it for this game. Surely that should summarize it for the game. Again, you can see Nondi's technical team rolling in their substitution. Big boys coming in, fresh legs. Just a statement of what they intend to do in the following season. Again, Nondis and Kisumu going back to the Kenya Cup after a bit of time in the cold. So, congratulations to both teams. Big scrum by Nondis. Well played. Ian Rogena has been very, very mercurial in the Nondis midfield, commanding the midfield with authority, playing very well, good running lines. Again, it's manifesting in this game. You can see him with the positive carries and just meters gained. Beauty to watch.
Nondis now just pounding at the Kisumu defense. Ian Mubwani now, since his introduction, has injected a bit of pace to the Nondis attack. It's been consistent and it's been very fast-paced now since he came on. Penalty advantage, they go back to the penalty for Nondis. And your guess is as good as mine. I think they'll go for the line-out. Just again to pile that pressure on Kisumu in this dying minutes of this game. Nondis have also emptied the substitute bench. Here Brian Ochieng, Odiwori and Yusuf in the front row coming on. Odua, Felix Oyo, as I mentioned, Charles Omondi who scored, Ian Mubwani and Nixon Moseti all in for Nondis.
Again a scrum in the middle of the pitch. Nondis attacking just outside the Kisumu 22. The tails are surely up. Do you reckon Charles Omondi with another beautiful pick from the number 8 position?
I'll bet another Fidens one out wide as the referee calls for the reset on the scrum. Kisumu look to defend this one. Ian Mubwani with a put into the scrum. Mubwani with a put into the scrum. Ball into Sheunde. Sheunde now looking into Fidens. Fidens out wide. Anthony Museti. Museti back in to Shiasi. Shiasi Mubwani once again. Quick ball to Omondi. Omondi now to Maitza. Maitza into Fidels Olo. Nondi is now smelling that try line advantage to them. Fidens once again. Big step there. Will he get there? No. Sets it up for the rack. Mubwani once again calls his forwards. Quick pick up there for Fidel Solo. Referee calls it out there. Back to the Nondis penalty. Nondis all over Kisumu this last 10 or so minutes.
Again, like I said, championship rugby right there. Knowing when to turn up the heat. This is very, very beautiful technically by Nondis. They've all but gotten the job done. We don't expect much from Kisumu. Nondis have their foot on the gas pedal. The subs making a very big impact in this stage of the game. We are what we'll say Lala Salama. Big Omosh with the pick, a bit offside. Advantage Nondis. Still chipping at the Kisumu defense line. Those are very, very many penalties consecutively. The referee needs to have a word with Kisumu. Those are what is called a technical foul. I bet Nondis goes for a scrum. What do you reckon, Pogi?
Scrum, or maybe probably go for the scrum, or maybe just back themselves and tap and go. Looks like a tap and go. Yes. Let's see what they've been working on the training ground. Ian Mubwani under the ball. Yes, Amaitsa to Moseti. Moseti goes over for Nondis. Beautiful work try there from a tap and go, as we had mentioned. Beautiful try there from Nondis. Moseti, Nixon Moseti going over for Nondis to now put this game beyond doubt. Bit of celebration from Nixon Moseti. Now this is 24-6. Beautiful play there from Nondis for that try. Sorry.
Well executed move by Ian. I didn't see it coming myself. Looks like a sevens move. What the sevens guys do in a penalty? Well, and they got the results. So it looks like they're just having a bit of fun now. The good season by Nondis, well-deserved winners of the championship, and hardware to top it off. Cherry on top. Congratulations to Nondis players and management. This has been an impeccable season. Well-deserved promotion to Kenya Cup.
Toby Fiden's last look at the post. Beautiful looking kick. Does it have the distance? Had the distance but no direction. Score remain Nondis 24, Kisumu 6. Playing the last minutes of the championship final. Remember, these two have already booked their ticket to the Kenya Cup final, Kenya Cup season rather, next season. Toby Fiden's there in short has been mercurial so far, especially this season. Getting the first try for Nondis. Does that get the distance? Kisumu now just collapsing. Kick not finding the 10 meters. Will come back to start with a scrum for Nondis. Vincent Miruri indicates at the center that this will be a scrum for Nondis. A bit of laughter there between Caleb and Caleb Kiprotich and the Nondis players. These two already know that they have their ticket to the Kenya Cup. This was only to decide who goes first. Dying moments of this game, I think it has been a testament of what Nondis season has been ever since they got relegated from the Kenya Cup in the 2020-2021 season. Put in the work, and it has shown they immediately back up to the Kenya Cup. I think credit to the Nondis fraternity from everybody to put in this work to get them back here.
Indeed. And then a testament of their quality. They lost their final game of regular season to Impala, but the way they bounced back to dominate Pirates and win exclusively and decisively, and then putting on another spectacular performance this weekend is a testament of their quality. And as again, you can see them dominating the gain line, go forward. Kisumu in 6s and 7s, looking very clueless. This is Nondis seem to know what they're doing. This late into this game. The only saving grace is mistakes by Nondis.
Indeed, you feel they haven't got into fifth gear in this final, but they've come good with this result. 24-6, proper result for Nondis. Could have been more, especially considering that first 20 minutes, as we see play going back to that scrum for Kisumu. Probably get a try here just to make the score a bit more respectable for them. Kisumu has also put in the work, just not watering down what they've done. They've also qualified to play the Kenya Cup in the next season as Omondi taps and goes as he smiles as he goes into contact. Charles Omondi breaks a few tackles and moves 20 or so meters. Brian Ochieng into Moseti. Moseti, the try scorer for the latest try scorer. Looks like defender has to roll away. The referee doesn't spot that. This is Amaitsa. Amaitsa calling for offside. This is the outside center into Mubwani. Mubwani now into Odiwar. Odiwar. Mubwani once again at the base of the rack. Clears it. What is he looking? The Kisumu defense just stops and stares at Nondis as they play this ball. Tired shoulders and legs out there, as you can tell. Referee calls penalty for Nondis. Do you think they're going for another training ground tap and go?
As it looks, they're just having fun now. You saw that run by Charles Omondi with a big smile on his face. Looks like a bully on a playground, just pushing the smaller players away and just having fun. Just it's beautiful to see. Nondi's going for the line out. They've been very, very good at the set piece. This specific set piece, very, very close to the try line. They're just looking to seal the game. They've already sealed the game, but it looks not straight. Lucky, Kisumu lucky there to get out of jail. And that's the end of the game. Nondi's all but confirming the promotion to Kenya Cup. They're already qualified, but good for them to get hardware, winning 24-6 in a very one-sided final.
Yes, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your 2022-23 Champions Cup Championship final. Your winners, Nondis RFC, 24-6 over Kisumu. They've been imperious the whole season, losing that one game to Impala, as you see Fidel Zolo in your picture, talking, just tapping out with the Kisumu players. As I mentioned, a former Kisumu player himself, as Nondis just confirming, putting the cherry on the top of what has been a beautiful season. First 20 minutes a bit shaky, but they came good. As you see Obako just with Fidels, I think they've played together a while. Fidel Omondi with Rogena, who's been another standout player for Nondis this season. Shimoli just saying hi to the fans as Amimo just working through that people, just the players just tapping out. They are in top of the lorries, the AP players who played earlier today, winning the Nairobi Region Nationwide League. They move on to the nation playoffs for a chance to play in the championship. But it's been an impeccable season for Nondis. They've played impeccable rugby. As I mentioned, they put their heads down once they were relegated, and they've bounced back up. Kisumu back in the Kenya Cup since 2013-14. Interesting to see what they're going to put up, especially now with the facilities in Kisumu. They've got a bit of sponsorship backup, and interesting times ahead, Gisore.
Very, very true. Pogi, Kisumu have, it's a privilege for the city teams like Kisumu. They have a whole region to pick players from, so they can really build a formidable squad for next season. Congratulations to them being out in the cold for so long, almost being forgotten, but doing the hard work, including the upsets they did over Daystar Falcons last weekend. It's very, very good job. New coach Lawi Buyachi confirming his superiority in the technical bit, getting Kisumu back to the Kenya Cup. Former Kenya international, big number 8, Lawi Buyachi, congratulations. Of course, they've lost the game today, but tip of the hat for them to come back to the Kenya Cup.
Beautiful, beautiful day here. It has been at Ngong Race Course. Beautiful faces. If you're not here, I'll suggest you come here into the Ngong Race Course, the Red Lion, as the party is just beginning for the Nondis, who've put the cherry on top. Your 2022-2023 Championship Cup Finals winners, the Nondis. Congratulations to the winners, Nondis RFC. Congratulations to Kisumu also to making the Kenya Cup. That's been a beautiful day. I've been your commentator here in commentary, Pogi Ndonga, with former Kenya international Impala Saracens legend Kevin Gisore. Thank you for joining us. See you around this time next weekend or next time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Asanteni sana and good night. We are back with the trophy presentation ceremony. Nondis and Kisumu. Kisumu lining up for the runners-up medals. Probably the easiest, the most graceful, or rather the biggest runners-up medal you can have, because it comes with Kenya Cup promotion.
Indeed, you can see the KRU Championship trophy glistening in the evening sun there, looking very good. I bet Kisumu would have wanted to get their hands on it, but good effort from them. Like you've mentioned, it's a silver medal, but comes with a bit of glory. So all is not lost. Congratulations, Nondis. Congratulations, Kisumu. There you can see the players and the fans on the pitch awaiting the award ceremony. This is basically what the season has been about, to get your hands on the hardware, and you do the work, you get the goods, you get the treats.
Indeed, as I mentioned, as Kisumu just get their prayers in, it's been testament to the work these two teams have put in, Kisumu and Nondis. Kisumu, as I mentioned, back up in the Kenya Cup for the first time since 2013-14 season. The Nondis team has just relegated last season, but they're back up, and it's testament to the support even they've had, even in terms of sponsorship and just making sure the players are sorted and okay. And it has shown that as we see the trophy being prepared and the medals, the runners-up medals being prepared, as the Nondis just walk out for a clap out, appreciating the fans that have turned up on this beautiful Saturday afternoon to support them here as they claim the 2022-23 championship, the KRU Championship trophy. Proud, there must have been proud souls out there.
Gracious fans sticking with the team after falling to relegation and coming back up. Lap of honor there, appreciating their fans, lining up to do a bit of a chant by Nondis. Again, KRU Championship winners, Nondis RFC, bouncing back to the Kenya Cup next season as the winners of the KRU Championship. It's not been feat. It's been very, very hard with the travel and the fixtures, but they made it. They did it with their backs against the wall at the Rangers anthem, appreciating the fans.
The PG-rated version of the Nondis anthem there, celebrating this championship cup winning team. Remember, Nondis are promoted to the 2023-24 Kenya Cup season, as well as Kisumu. Hard work that they've put in as shown here, as they look now to get their 2022-23 Championship Cup trophy and medals. I think Kisumu have already taken theirs off that shot. As Nondis, you can bet the party at the Red Lion today is going to be one for the ages.
This is what the season is all about. Nondis, kudos again, and for them to be able to retain so many players after being relegated, should do a case study of that. It's been impeccable. It's been amazing. Well done, Nondis. There you have it on your screens. The KRU Championship winners enjoying their spoils. No team is more deserving than them, surely. they've been head and shoulders above the rest.
Indeed, as you see, Brian Ocheng, Alvin Marube, former Impala player, who seems to have made the right decision to make the cross to Nondis from Impala. Just applauding the fans who've turned up here. Remember, if you're within Nairobi and can make your way down here to the Red Lion, please do. The party here is going to be one for the books, as Nondis now just make their way through to receive their medals and that 2022-23 championship, Kerry Championship trophy. Congratulations once again to Nondis. Well deserved. That looks like a brother and sister pairing, right? I'm saying this for my enjoying a family. Time in the limelight to the brother. Beautiful shots here. As you just await Nondis to come through and get their medals anytime from now. Beautiful shots there as Nondis make their way around the pitch and then back to the center. Family out supporting the rugby players, which is a welcome sight. Some of us, when we played rugby, we looked like we were still, it was like a robbery of sorts. Nobody came to watch us.
Yeah, all hard work and no pat on the back. Good for them to get a bit of support from home. A team that is bonded forever in this moment. These stories will be told for decades to come. It's a beautiful feeling to win, Pogi. Very, very busy day for rugby across the country. Finals being played. The curtains falling on the 2022-2023 season. Congratulations to the various winners. It's been a good season of high quality rugby.
Yet again, another edition of the Nondis anthem. Apart from the rugby on the pitch, Nondis are well known for their camaraderie off the pitch. That anthem binding them together. Beautiful lyrics. I'll advise you to check them out. Check those lyrics out. But once, if only you have an ID, don't teach it to children. But it's a beautiful anthem with Nondis. Nondis, remember, turning 100 years this year. This is a centenary year, and what a way to mark it, to confirm their status as a Kenya Cup side, and backing them to ruffle a few feathers in the big league, as we see them now walking just to receive their medals here. Proper camaraderie, proper happiness. The boys, beautiful sight to see the boys happy. As Kisumu received the runners-up medals. Remember, as I mentioned, this is probably the best runners-up medal you can have, as it comes with qualification to the Kenya Cup. Kisumu fans there just walking up with their banners and their flags, appreciating their side, which has worked hard, especially going over Daystar last weekend. Testament to the work they've put in.
They should hold their heads high. They should be proud. This is no mean feat, given the quality of the other teams that were gunning for this opportunity. Only 2 slots up for promotion, and they're one of the 2, so it's no mean feat. Kudos, Kisumu. It's a silver medal with a bit of glory.
they're receiving their medals from KRU Director Paris Mukoko and Ronald Okoth, who is the head of development at the Kenya Rugby Union. This, just the technical bench there, as you see, the physio receiving her medal, Fabian Orlando, for a bit of jokes, a bit of fun there with Ronald Okoth, he's known for a while. Head coach Lawi Buyachi, who has played with Kevin Gisore both Impala and the national team. Well-deserving coach, proper stint as a first-time coach here, taking the team to the Kenya Cup. Proper season he's had. Caleb Kiprotich last out as a sign of respect. Kisumu now will form a tunnel for Nondis in respect as they pick up their winners' medals. As they pick up the winners' medals for the 2022-23 photo moment for Kisumu.
A very important photo, should be framed. They'll remember this exact moment and what it meant for the rich history of the Kisumu. Again, Pogi talked about Nondis turning 100, a club with very, very rich history and traditions. And it's important to note no other side in Kenya has won more Kenya Cups than Nondis.
17 if you were to count. Though the last one came a while ago, but the heritage of this club precedes it. And testament to the culture and the club that they are, coming back up in the Kenya Cup immediately shows us that's what the Nondis culture stands for. As the Kisumu players there celebrate their runners-up medals and Kenya Cup qualification. Dancing now, Nondis still, the dancing will go on through the night as they're celebrating their KRU Championship trophy and promotion to the Kenya Cup 2023-2024 season. As now we await the champions to be awarded their trophy and their medals, led by Boni Amimo, Francis Mutuku, Eric Shimoli, Brian Sine, as they go in there, Henry Fulbright, Brian Amaitsa. That tunnel is not a good place to be, I can tell you that. Kisumu unleashing their frustration of losing that final on the backs of the Nondis players. But beautiful sights. This is what rugby is about. We battle on the pitch, and then after that, sit down, have a drink, celebrate what this beautiful sport that they play in heaven offers us. Beautiful sights there as they celebrate, both sets of players celebrate this KRU championship.
Interesting how in the span of 80 minutes you want to take off the head of your opponent, but immediately the final whistle goes. You're the first ones at the bar enjoying a cold one. That's
finally now receiving their medals from Paris Mukoko, KRU Director. Now this is sweet medals for the Nondis players. Boni Amimo, Francis Mutuku, Maguga Eric Shimoli, there Fidel Sine, Brian Sine rather, Fidel is the older one. Henry Fulbright, Charles Omondi, that's number 14, Okito, Brian Amaitsa, Saidi, who's had an impressive game at 9, Sheunda at number 10, Shisia, who scored that Hawkeye try of a penalty after Nani missed, after Shisia missed Odiwori. That is Yusuf Alvin Marube. Vincent Rogana there receiving his medal, who's probably my pick for player of the season for Nondis. That is number 13, Sankara Fidens, who scored a beautiful try. Fidel Solo, who came and part of the bomb squad that changed the game. Brian Ochieng, former Queens player. Moseti scoring that try that put the game out of reach for Kisumu. Odua, we saw him earlier with the family. Ian Mubwani coming in with the trophy, and finally the captain, Stephen Odhiambo, receiving his medal. Photo moment there with Carry Director Paris Mukoko, and finally the trophy. Carry Director Paris Mukoko is going to hand over the trophy to the Nondis captain, confirming the 2022-23 KRU Championship winners and booking their ticket, putting the cherry on the pie, on the cake. Your winners, 2022-23 KRU Championship, Nondis RFC. Congratulations once again to Nondis. It's been a beautiful season for them. As they receive their trophy there, Stephen Odhiambo there for the hard work done throughout the season. As I mentioned, they put their heads down, just decided to work into this. And as I mentioned, if you're around Nairobi, this is where to be. The party at the Red Lion will be massive. Congratulations once again to Nondis.
Pogi, I bet the beer tastes better in that piece of silverware. The intelligence crime are probably trying to wonder how many cold ones can fit in that cup.
Sun setting in a beautiful evening of rugby in Nairobi. We've just crowned the 2022-23 championship winners, Nondis, and also congratulated Kisumu. Both of them make their way to the Kenya Cup next season. Properly deserved. Nondis once again confirmed champions of the championship category of the 2022-2023 season. Hard work put in, paid off. Beautiful scenery here at the Red Lion. We're now all headed to the clubhouse for the after-match pleasantries. I've been a commentator, Pogi Ndonga, joined by former Kenya international, Impala player, Kevin Gisore. Asanteni sana. Thank you for joining us. See you sometime soon. Good evening and goodbye.